Welcome back, everyone. Here I am, freshly arrived from Warsaw just now, and I thought I might do a video. Let's talk a little bit how the event actually was and what actually happened, some stuff there maybe, and talk about Gwent in general, right? So what I want to talk about is a little bit, how it is as a player. I traveled there last Wednesday. You get to Warsaw, and we just I slept there a night, and when we traveled to Krakow, and get to the hotel near to the salt mine. You go down to the mine, do some player shots, some videos. It was kind of a longer day there. Like you have to be like 6 hours in the mine. It's like there's a lot of effort before the event actually, and it was nice to do it. I like traveling to events generally, but also kind of exhausting. And yeah, I mean, you go there. We did like 1 day of shooting, then 1 day of rest, and then the event actually itself. I mean, it didn't go too well for me, as you might have seen, but I played in a lot of events by now, and it's not that of a big deal. Of course, losing is not too cool, but you have to get used to it if you do this kind of stuff, which is not a problem for me at all. But the big problem for me, like especially in Gwent, is like there are just not enough events. And if you want to go to these events, let's say for example Gwent Open, you have to put a lot of effort into it, and that's, for example, was like a little bit different Hearthstone. Like I had a way more events, and these losses, let's say, they didn't hurt so much, or like you were not so much up in the air after them because it was just followed up by another event. The salt mine location, cool. I think it's awesome that they're putting so much effort into it. In my opinion, though, it's a little bit of a shame. Like, I think like stuff like Gwent Slam is really missing for the community, for the pro players. Just like something like it kept going, it kept the tournaments going. You know, you have like open Gwent Slam challenger, and it's like it kept following up. And for me, kind of sad is like I see where they invest a lot of money into this location and stuff, but for me it would have rather been cooler to see like that they invest more into third-party tournaments, maybe to keep the ball rolling more. You know, it's hard as a pro player. Like the opens are nice and the challenger is also sweet, but it's like to say you want to just play it pro not frequently enough. Just like a little bit of input from my side, like because I also played Hearthstone, right? Yeah, sad story, but I mean we're just at the beginning. Maybe we're gonna learn out of it. I don't know, but we can talk about the future of Gwent and such things just later. A little incident while I was playing was with Hanan-chan. Yeah. Also one of these things, right? There was like with a sire that like usually you always see the opponent's cards are red and you are blue, but in the client, since it's like an offline client and you get like the red coin automatically, like I was the red player, but they didn't tell us before it's gonna be like this. And if you play like a lot of games in practice and on ladder, just not gonna realize it. And yeah, maybe, of course, also on my side, but just imagine playing these games for like, you play a lot of these games and your mind gets used to this, you know? I think it's really, that is something they have to solve they have to solve. I think from Haman-chan's side, it looks like worse. From my side, it looks like also not so cool. Like for the players, it's really like, you have to see it as an outsider. Like for the players, it's never cool. I mean, I am in there. You're very heated. You're in the moment, and it's just not a nice situation to have. Even like, especially now afterwards, because yeah, the player can't do anything there, you know. And like, then you get a regame, and you can say, okay, this is maybe not the situation in the game for Hanachan was favored, so the regame is not fair. Or I can say, like, it could have had another outcome. It's just hard to go over these things. I would just say, like, these are things like which have to be fixed in a tournament, because it's a big mess. Like, you saw it, right? It's unnecessary drama, in my opinion. Also makes the game not look good, and the game we all love so much, right? Yeah, I mean, can just take a quick look over the final standings. Have like Freddy and Tailbot being in the finals. Hanshan was defeated next round then, and yeah, I went out 0-3. Maybe a problem you can talk about here then is like, you see there's like this big Gwent challenger, and we have like 100k prize pool, but in average you play best of 5. In average, like the average challenger player, yeah, what does he play? Like 5 games in the challenger is like, it's a lot of variance. Like, look at Coloman. Like, for in my opinion, like, he's like one of the really cleanest players. Like, when it comes to tournaments, like, it's just like these guys, you play thousands of Pro Leader games, and it comes down to these games. Like, it's harsh. It's harsh, but these are the tournaments. But this is what I mean with, like, if you have league, like, challenger, of course, more important. You have more on the line, but it's like a lot of variance, and the outcomes don't tell always the truth about the player skill. Although I really have to say, Tailbot was like on point. He's at these days, he's on top of ladder. I think he really deserves it. Consistent guy. I love it. Like, I was in these spots as well. Like, when I started, like, we were having my breakthrough with Hearthstone. They deserve it. This is also why I give like the also big props to CDPR itself, because setting up this and giving these guys these opportunities, that's awesome. But yeah, I don't want to lure down on the negative things too much here, because they are obviously there. We also know what other games are coming, and you also know what's missing, and the team itself knows as well. So I don't want to brag on it too much. And for myself, I got used to this. Just a bit sad that you have this big event, and it's just a very small sample size. Always hurts a little bit, you know, but totally fine. For me, it would be maybe a bit cooler if they give you like at least a little entrance here. Like at the Gwent Open, you get about 5% of the prize pool as entrance fee. Think like 5k here for every player to enter, and just reduce that a little bit. Everyone would be happy. Like, let's say for me as a player who plays for complexity, and not getting the money it's totally all right. And let's say like in average you also get a good stack out of it, but just also for people, let's say for Coloman, who dedicates his life into it, poor Joyce Schmel, just give him a little bit, like, for the effort of going there and making it actually through the tournament. Like, I think that should be just given, right? But that's up to CDPR. I hope they're gonna fix this stuff. Yeah, and maybe also talk what like, I got this question a lot. I mean, people thought I was maybe not preparing too well for a challenger. I actually put 3 weeks into it, hardcore, and I think it was. I will also make a video about my lineup a little bit, what I was doing with it. It's hard to showcase it every time because you have a small amount of games, guys. That's the harsh truth. And what I'm gonna do, I mean, I enjoy preparing for tournaments, I really like at the moment doing the Gwent YouTube stuff. I think that's really something I enjoy more at the moment. The streaming really not so much. And yeah, qualifying for the opens, I don't know. It's like if you want to be like it's you have to put all the time into it, right? Kind of hard. I don't know. I actually don't, at the moment I don't think I want to do it actually. So here I am. I will probably stream a little bit Gwent here and there and do put up YouTube videos and see what happens with the game because it's on ice at the moment. You saw it, what they were announcing. And yeah, with the homecoming and such. So I'm gonna stream some hour games maybe. Hang out with Lifecoach a little bit and yeah. Also do some Gwent content. It's like I'm just gonna go with the flow here, but qualifying for the opens at the moment for me is. I mean, for me, the game kind of lost its identity. Like playing it in an extent as you have to do it to qualify for these tournaments, and as the state of the game at the moment, just not what I want to do. So I'm just gonna go with the flow a little bit. Let's see. I'm not saying I'm done with Gwent, but I just like the game for me is not in the state at the moment to go for these tournaments where you have to play thousands of games, right? I mean, they already like this. Also, they announced the Predator changes now. I saw that. I think it's cool. It's nice. But I'm not in the Predator season for now. Gonna see what's gonna happen, guys. And yeah, that's little bit of a challenger update from my side, guys. I might have not been precisely on everything. I hope I gave you kind of a reasonable answer to your questions. And yeah, guys, enjoy your day and hope to see you guys in the next videos. Maybe some Gwent deck guides and such things. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.